guys, welcome to our channel Travel with Cubs. Today we started our day with our Cubs to explore the open-air Beamish Museum in the County Durham. We are all set and making sure our strollers are filled with snacks to feed and water the Cubs throughout the day. As we entered the museum, we walked straight through to the ticket counters and we were welcomed by lovely staff working at the Beamish. As you can see the ticket pricing on the screen, we can say it is reasonable for the families as they are valid for a full year. You can visit multiple times within the 12 months period. Beamish Museum is a world-famous open-air museum telling the story of life in the northeast England during the 1820s, 1900s, 1940s and 1950s. Explore the 1900s town and see how families lived and worked in the years leading up to the First World War. Enjoy traditional tasty treats, delicious snacks, cakes and drinks. Take home a unique reminder of your visit, shop Edwardian style in the town or take a look in the museum shop at the entrance. As you can see, it wasn't the best weather outside, but it was good enough for the Cubs to come out and explore Beamish. As you can see on the map, there's a huge area of land to cover. You can choose to walk or take the buses and trams that travels regularly. Our Cubs wanted to travel in a tram and was prepared to wait a bit longer until one arrived. We then got into the tram and travelled to the 1900s town, exploring the beautiful landscape of the Beamish Museum. As soon as we got off at the town, the Cubs were excited to see the steam rollers lined up and steaming ready to set off. We then stepped into the Joseph Heron's bakery. The Cubs couldn't resist the delightful smell coming from the bakery. There are many freshly made bakery products available to choose from, and you won't be disappointed. We then stepped into John R. Eddy's photographer. In here, you can have your pictures taken in Edwardian costume at the studio. The cost of a picture, up to 5 persons, is £20. Next door is the W. Smith's Chemist and Dispensary's old shop, paraphernalia, ointments and products, and learn how medicines were made and pharmacists were trained in the 1900s. The next is Beamish Motor and Cycle Works collection that consists of both vintage and veteran machines and a replica of a typical early 1900s garage. We then visited the Co-op store, where you can browse the grocery, drapery and hardware department of this store, which was moved from Anfield Plain in County Durham. You can also buy Beamish blend teas and coffee from here. Beamish is a charity and they rely on income from ticket sales, online shop, catering, retail outlets, friends and supporters, and your support means so much to the Beamish. We then walked towards the Redmond Park, a beautiful spot to enjoy a rest, with a bandstand originally from Saltwell Park in Gateshead that regularly hosts brass band performances. On a good day, this could be a perfect spot for a picnic. The Cubs were then excited to visit the stables and carriage house, which represents a typical job master's yard, which would have hired out horses and vehicles. They loved the horses and spent more time watching them fed with hay. We then moved on to visit the residence of Ravensworth Terrace, which originally stood in Gateshead. Ravensworth Terrace is a row of terraced houses presented as the premises and living areas of various professionals. These houses originally formed part of Victorian terrace built in 1844 in Gateshead. Brave the terrifying tales in the dentist's surgery. Pop into the music teacher's home of Miss Florence and see an Edwardian-style day at the office in the solicitors. Next, we wanted to see the railway station as it looked in Edwardian times. Unfortunately, this was closed on the day. The cubs were eager to visit the fairground and to go on rides. However, with the height restrictions on certain rides, their choices were limited and they weren't happy. The fairground can get busier on a weekend and during the midday. The tokens can be purchased at the counter and 5 tokens were sold at £10. You would require 1 token for a ride. No visit to the 1900s town is complete without a trip to the Jubilee Confectioners. Unfortunately, we were too late to witness mouth-watering sweets being made in the factory. However, there were sweets available to buy at the shop. There are also sweets and souvenir shops in carts at the center of the town. We then stepped into the Barclays Bank in the 1900s town to see the coins, safes and strong rooms. Now then, it's time to call it a day. Our cubs have declared they are officially tied. We waited for a tram at 1900s town and travelled back to the main entrance. We are now walking through the Beamish gift shop. This is the time if you are thinking of bringing a bit of Beamish into your home. On our way home, we are going to visit the Lumley Castle to have some tea. Join us for our future travels and subscribe our channel Travel with Cubs.